Hello everyone, welcome to Fableheim and Iratus, Lord of the Dead. The birthday streams were so much fun last month that I thought I would return for a special little series right in time for Christmas. So, this series is going to be 6 episodes long, and it will be 6 days long. From now until Christmas Day itself, Iratus will be spreading terror and joy to himself across the world. So these videos will be scheduled. They won't have the typical manual release with the special little typo thing in the comments, but I hope that the consistency does bring you joy. Now, the birthday streams were a lot of fun playing with the head hunter to hunt down some heads, but this playthrough is going to be a stress build because I got questions about it in the during the stream, and well, it's one of my favorite ways to play the video game. Although perhaps not starting on Eternal Harvest 1. So this is basically very hard difficulty, or nightmare rather. A special mode for those eager to go one step beyond. Less starting resources, less battle rewards, enemy strength is constantly rising, elite enemies regularly join battle, enemies have a high chance to become inspired, minions do not recover vigor out of battle, Iratus does not recover any mana out of battle, and the graveyard efficiency is constantly decreasing. So without further ado, let's hop right in.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Inevitably, heroes shall emerge. So, I was made dead. Again. But what does death really mean for somebody who has mastered it, Boredom. An eternity to ponder my errors and how close I came to victory. I am a mortal. But when this world ends, even I will know oblivion. And so, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
The benefit of this being a video series is I can include the opening intro. I hope you enjoyed. It always hits right in the feelings. So the approach to dread builds, or stress builds, as I'll probably end up calling them, is vast. There are a number of ways you can approach this, and they vary as you progress the video game. Now, on Eternal Harvest, I don't recommend starting with a stress build, because enemies can become inspired, which I'm sure we'll see sooner rather than later, so I'll explain it then. But the way we're going to approach this is we have the Bone Daddy up front. This is an exceptional tank. It does not matter the build. He can be in the front line. He can take the hits. He's there for you. But he won't be there for us through this whole playthrough. There is one who is even greater in the future. We'll also be incorporating the Abomination. Stitches want to play. Because one of the difficulties of the stress build on the game's release was that there was no way to just delete a character. You had to trigger a heart attack. But the introduction of the DLC brought 2 characters who could both assassinate. And Stitches, the Abomination, has the stress dedicated execute with break and swallow. And this will be very important to our builds in the future. Even though he is kind of a healthy boy, he is not suitable to be in the very front line, much like the Black Widow, who would have been an excellent addition to this team as well, because we're going to have one glaring problem later. The key of this build is death, the inescapable end. The Dark Knight is an incredible stress-based character, and yeah, he has one of my favorite mechanics, which is the ability to scale his damage per buff or debuff on the target. So he works very well with a great number of builds, but especially curse-oriented builds, which we will be playing this time around. He also has his stance, which is something we'll have to upgrade to make it useful. This one? Yeah. So whenever we apply debuff, the Dark Knight will deal stress damage. And a temporary addition to the team, Pestilence. Just imagine this is like 3 Skaven on top of a horse. The Reaper is probably the strongest creation in the game, and is exceptionally good early on, partially because of his feature, which allows him to heal the team when he gets a killing blow, and he can fit into any build. He does have some curse damage. We'll primarily be using the Agony of Terror, is a curse debuff dot thing, but it can also be very helpful with Expunge to interrupt enemy stances. Now, unlike the best boy, the Unfrozen, he can't do it to the 4th position, but it still is pretty helpful. So that's our starting team. This team is going to change a lot, but Death and Stitches, well, I guess half it's going to change. Stitches and Death are probably permanent members, although we'll play around with it. Death is the permanent member. No one else even comes close. Because we are on Eternal Harvest, we don't have enough Digger Souls to build anything in the graveyard, and we don't have any artifacts to equip. We start with only 1 skill point. And while the Blackest Lodge is a good starting point for this build, we are going to stick with the good old classic, build a strong foundation to exceed in life. We're going to start with the Architecture buff, make it so we get more Digger Souls into combat.
Transformation, the will becomes free.
In order to build the graveyard faster than ever before. And without further ado, here we go. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath the castle, great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year, unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. That's me! And we're going to, before we even look at the map, we're just going to run it down to the point we have to make a decision. Now, I think one of the best ways to approach this early game is with magic damage. That's it. Magic damage kind of breaks the back of the first zone, but, you know, we'll do what we can. Stitch's special debuff is unique in that it does not, or rather, it goes through wards, so it can hit everybody, although there's no ward here, which is going to be a rather significant conundrum we'll have to face. There is our first sanity proc. We'll be seeing that a lot, hopefully. Hopeless! Betrayal would have been nice. Now, unfortunately, well, I could interrupt this, I suppose. Alright, sure. Play it slow. I suppose getting the assassination with this is going to be a little tricky. Didn't think about that. Because, of course, our goal is to break and swallow. We actually don't have any other stress builds of our own yet with the A-bomb. Interesting. Okay. There is another complication for the stress build, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Now, the Reaper's Assassination works with both normal builds and stress builds, because it scales off missing health and missing sanity. So I might actually be able to just one-tap this guy right here, right now. But we'll get started on this. You missed me. Oh. We're debuffing our enemies and buffing our friends with Stitches, who wants to play. That's all he wants to do, I swear. Alright. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
Betrayal. Nice. He also rolled an insanity. Basically, it looks like we're not going to see an inspiration in our first battle, which is nice. Inspiration is the opposite of insanity. Do it. Nice. And it will fully restore their sanity bar and give them a huge buff. So, there's the heart attack. Heart attacks can trigger. This is the normal way to defeat people with sanity. It can trigger off any tick of sanity damage that someone takes while they are at 0 sanity. So a strategy used to be to use the... Nice, he also rolled insanity. No inspirations here. There's only stress this holiday season. Huzzah! We're full health.
Sad display
Almost.
for mortal kind.
A reliable strategy used to be to use the infested good old Nurglith here. Because he can use this attack and attack 4 times to try and trigger the heart attack when they're at no health. They control you real hard, unfortunately. Now, at the grave, it's not the first thing we really want to see, but we can use that. We're looking for a Wraith, a Death Knight, or any of those, I suppose. Maybe I can tap into my knowledge and remember what goes into the obelisk. Well, skeleton. Okay, so we'll bonk this first. Slow and steady wins the race on all eternal harvests. In case you're curious, my rating of eternal harvest is that 1 is pretty hard. It will certainly test you a little bit. 2 is just one little step up, no big deal. 3 is what I consider to be the final fair difficulty. 4, the game starts stabbing you with the knife, and then at 5, it twists that knife. You expect to be one-shot, expect to be, spit and kicked on. It's not a good time. Soon, my beloved. Very nice. Hopeless. Cool, cool, cool. We could do this to interrupt him, or miss, that's fair. So whenever you move somebody, their stance gets interrupted, so a semi-viable strategy for interrupting stances is to have a bunch of moving abilities. However, big stipulation here. If they're moved indirectly, it doesn't interrupt them. That's actually very important for a lot of different movement-based builds. Does this work? If he hits. Nailed it. So he moved, but he moved because someone else moved, not because he moved.
This is my kind of entertainment.
So that's why his stance wasn't interrupted. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep staring at him. A lot of builds in Iratus kind of start off slow, but don't worry. We're going to be popping. I don't know if we're going to pop as hard as the stream build, because that was pretty good. Panic. Nice. Get away. How about no? Oh, I hate missing. We need to get that accuracy debuff as well. Everything we do is based on magic, pretty much. So wards are going to be more of our problem than block, but one of the strengths of the stress build, or dread build, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I'm just going to keep calling it stress. Sorry. Is that there's no defense against it. There's no armor or resistance to reduce its efficacy. You just have to worry about wards, which block the first attack because it's all magic-based, and you have to worry about inspiration. If you're playing on Cakewalk or More Pain, there is no inspiration. It starts on Good Always Wins, which is hard mode, and then it just escalates.
Worthless as you were in life,
you will be worth something in death. No, don't flee. No, you're supposed to die here. Nice. Ooh, the hourglass of doom. This is a fun item. This is a unique item for the Reaper, their class item here. You should be using active talent, so we use a spell with Iratus. Reaper increases our spell power by 12 until the end of battle, stacking up to 5 times. And fun fact, each of the hourglasses stack with each other. I had one of the meme send-ins runs were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And we had 4 of these, and it was a good time. Accuracy, please. The Dark Knight, did I call him the Death Knight earlier? The Dark Knight features that he can't be crit, so he can be a little tanky, but he has really low HP. He can't get some really high armor, though. And I think he's just getting accuracy as well. We are going to want him to be fast once we get his stance. He wants to go first, ideally. I don't believe Stitch's Stomp can miss, right? I'm pretty sure this is a 100% guaranteed hit. But we can give him more accuracy anyway. This will be helpful later. And what does the Bone Daddy want? Well, the Bone Daddy doesn't want to miss and he wants more health. Cool. Alright, so now we can take a look at our map. See how lucky we got or did not get. You can re-roll the map. If you're on the highest difficulty, it's sometimes advised to re-roll until you get... It's basically like a giant square, the layout, so that you can zig and zag across the floor to get the most out of it. Things we're looking at, Occultist wouldn't be bad. Kind of want everyone's class item. We luckily got the Reapers, but Occultist wouldn't be a bad hit. The Sacrificial Altar is always fun. We can sacrifice Cure Vets repeatedly. Oh, I don't have the notepad up, but that's fine. There are some quests that give permanent stats. I'm just super unlucky at finding them. And I want to say it's attack on this floor. What's our boss? Oh, it's the slave driver, or whatever she's called. That shouldn't be too bad. It's the special boss, the alternate boss, I believe it's called. I think when I go to the right here, and then we can kind of, I think we can move into this corner and go this way. We should be able to. I guess we're just hitting all the sacrificial altars because it's funny. I'm here to meme and here to dream. Do we? Sure. So each of the creations will give...
Hardly an inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of undead.
I think we are going to grab... We'll grab the Blackest Lodge. This is a permanent increase to our dread.
I want to
then we're going to rush for this.
Magic trick.
We're going to rush for advanced ballistics. You could argue it's a good idea to go for these things, but they're not as important as the Digger Souls, in my opinion. We love the Sacrificial Altar. Each minion has its own dedicated... What's it called? Temporary item? Consumable. Its own consumable that it will provide Iratus. The Dark Knight and somebody else... It might be the Bone Golem. Both provide the book. The Book of Ancient Wisdom. This will basically give Iratus a level after combat. And wow, we got another Argos. Okay. So we just slop this in.
Fetching.
We also get some random parts, which is all well and cool. And let's go to battle. Ooh, this is actually kind of scary. We don't have our upgraded skills yet. Or our first upgrade, rather. Then okay. This might be alright. What are we afraid of here? Probably this guy. He can hit really hard. And he can do this. Okay. Still no ward, which is fantastic. On the first floor, I believe there are only 2 units that have ward. That's why I really like magic builds to start the game off with. Our armor just full tank to that. A benefit to having armor. Which is why it's so sad that Stitches can't get armor. But it is what it is, you know? We do our best. We try our hardest. This starts off as whenever they receive a buff, which is not great. Insanity. Hopeless. Nice. I don't know. Don't worry, Stitches will get something to do soon. Miss me. We are reducing their accuracy, so they have a lower chance of connecting, which is nice. One of the benefits to having a tank like the Bone Daddy is that he can just sit there and take hits to the face, which gives us wrath based on how much damage he takes. If your tank is all like block and ward, you won't have a whole lot of wrath from being hit. But hopefully by that stage of the campaign, you have a bunch of just various forms of wrath generation. Should we do it? Shall we suck?
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
So just like the ghoul, whenever Stitches consumes somebody, they're instantly KO'd and he gets a buff that heals them over time. Unfortunately, that's kind of like his only tanky feature, so, you know, it's whatever. It is what it is. Be what it be. Ain't what it ain't. You know?
My kingdom comes.
Well done. He betrayed and knocked this guy out. Cool. Don't have too much to do here. This guy's stance, I don't really care to break it because I'm not moving. That's not really a part of our strategy. What are you doing now? Cowardice. There's a chance to skip his turn. Nice. You can do it, Bone Daddy. This one.
One more for the stockpiles.
Healing! That feature is so busted. And the best thing about this build is that everyone who has Wrath of the Necromancer has access to these two units, which are very strong. So if you want to follow along at home, I think the only thing you'd be missing is the Bone Daddy. Nice. Betrayal. Again. Fantastic. What's that quote? This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like. Ah, pathetic. You aren't allowed to flee.
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Bye-bye. Double execute's fun.
Mine is the winning side.
The Jester's Visage. Every time I use this item, it gets somebody killed. Every single time. The Bone Daddy! Why are you the only one to level? I don't know. The Bone Daddy is leveled up, and the Bone Daddy gets some accuracy. So close. And yet so very far. Alright, we're going to grab Wrath and Chains.
I embrace this fury.
This isn't very helpful for us. The Amok will be. We can use it to increase our dread. But we want this desperately. Missing is unfortunate. A sad reality. Okay. We have our first choice, really. And I think we're going to go to the right here. What's in the box? This will be equipment for Iratus. Wow. I cannot believe we got this.
Ah, I can use this.
The Talisman of Power is just great.
It embellishes my undead features.
I wouldn't say this is the absolute best in the game, but it is up there. It is one of the best amulets. Usually in the late game, I change between this and the Archmage's Amulet for mana restoration. But I mean, okay, here we go. And next we can construct the Obelisk as well. Now, one of the great things about the Reaper is Amok will double stack. This will increase the damage of his curse and his... Really? That's unfortunate. His curse and his burn. Infernal? Burn? Burn. It's called burn. Well, if he missed... Wait a minute. How did he miss? There's only 20% evasion here, and I have 121% accuracy. Good luck. Yeah, you see it. Her Ignite. Ignite is what it's called. I was hoping it'd be Betrayal. It is Betrayal! Maybe the stance doesn't count. Hard to say. I should have tried to move him, actually. Oh well. We'll just get the Reaper to kill things, and, you know. Okay.
Become part of the breathless tide.
I don't think he can betray if the stance is in action when he gets insane. But then, yeah, after that he can. Nice. Armor check in this fools. Slow and steady wins the race. Alright, so he might just fall over. Which is nice. And if not, the Reaper can take him out. Oh, the curse ended.
Toss them in with the rest.
Okay. That'll do, pig. That'll do. We can delay with him, because then we'll get a kill. Cowardice. And then we'll heal up. Boop. Hopeless. Wow, we haven't gotten a single inspiration yet. That's a lot of luck. I feel like we're using an alarming amount of that. You're not allowed to flee. Get out of here.
A predictable outcome.
I shouldn't. Wait, am I replacing the pestilence? I don't know. Oh no! Wait, I didn't get your skill. I'm sorry, Bone Daddy. Bone Daddy's skill upgrade for me, I think, is the Bone Ward. We are getting 2 block now, which is helpful, but in the future, we'll want to get both block and ward. Also get an initiative out of it. Nice. Stitches want to play. We'll get accuracy, and we will get 1 point in dread. Now, for Stitches, we could upgrade his War Stomp, which is, you know, good. I think I usually get this one to reduce enemy efficacy further. But we might want to grab this first, just so we have a damaging effect. I think I will. So our Intimidating Roar, which is dislocate somebody, is now going to also deal dread damage.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Death. Now, Death is finally going to get what he came for, and that is Futile Hopes is going into No Tomorrow. Now, whenever an enemy receives a debuff, Ignite, Curse, removing stats, then they will take stress damage, as long as he's in the stance. So at this point, damage. We'll want to get initiative as well, actually. Pestilence. Now, depending on how lucky we're feeling, I've been using a lot of luck on not rolling inspiration, so we're going to go ahead and get Desiccate. Yes, so we could use this to interrupt stances, and there are some terrifying stances on this floor.
Get back to battle.
Now it ignores block and ward. And I think we just get more accuracy. Oh, his accuracy is 121 because of the buff. I see. We're going to wait for this, so we need 1 more point. Very good. So we can construct the obelisk. Need a wraith. This is a special tool that'll help us later. So the obelisk makes it so after every combat we get more Digger Souls. We can use more Digger Souls to build up the graveyard to get more stuff all of the time.
The obelisk is overflowing with souls. My continued campaign certainly provides it with no shortage of spirits to harvest.
I believe there are 2 different dialogues for every building, and I believe that's one we didn't get last time. Nice. It's time for a quest! Oh dear. As you progress upon your journey towards your rightful dominance, you encounter an impressive mustering of resistance. A massive shuffling of feet, and your undead host comes across an even larger host of human slaves. A single dwarf taskmaster is at the head, grinning with darkened teeth as he whips his thralls against you. For the first time in a long time, you realize that you are outnumbered. So if we had a skeleton, we could assassinate the dwarf, which is fun, but we don't have the skeleton. Skeletor and I are fighting. So we could run away, no, or we could fight. Attack them no matter how bleak the odds. This will be fun. Probably. Probably fun. So we're going to want... Slight misplay, I suppose. We get into our stance of No Tomorrow. Now, if the Dark Knight gets moved by him moving,
Strength through pain.
then his stance will be interrupted. If somebody else moves around him and just relocates him, he'll be fine. And this is our first demonstration of unlimited power. So it begins. And yeah, this is our strat. We're just going to do this into greatness, really. Will this work again, since they already have the debuff? No, I didn't think so. Oh, so Stitch's stance, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Whenever he deals, well, whenever he does anything, he will deal stress damage to everybody. So, that's fun. I think we'll heal up with the Bone Daddy. Now, we could go ahead and bop it. Oh, that's actually not great. All remaining strength. So now he's going to deal damage. Lol. Or act twice. But he does consume his own HP to do that. And thankfully he hits death. Who doesn't really care. We could delay here, but I think we're going to do a glare again.
One less annoyance in the world.
Cool. I think he consumed his own HP there. I missed! I'm not supposed to miss. If you die, Stitches, you deserve this. Just know that. Yoink.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah, pathetic.
No stance. Okay. Well, we took a little bit of damage here. We could get some more wrath with this, but I think we're just gonna delete him. Wait, did he not die to the ignite? She. Alright, we'll make sure that... Oh, right. His armor. Make sure the Reaper gets the kill here. Heal up the team. Stitches does heal a little bit if he gets the kill, but not a lot. Just like the training dummies. Am I too short? I am too short. Alright. Here. We'll get some mana back, I guess. Yeet! Okay.
Soon this world will be mine.
Shame about the Abomination's health, but it is what it is. You may be outnumbered, but you still have centuries of tactical knowledge within your immortal mind. You make your minions count for once in their miserable existence. By the end, the dwarf was on his knees, surrounded by mounds of corpses, which soon came to life, and his former thralls to rip him apart limb from limb. You always had an appreciation for irony. We did get 2 zombies out of that, which is not all that helpful.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
I think we're going to have confidence here. I could do this and heal up with using alchemy, but I think what we're going to do is we are just going to... I mean, I could actually use this for once. Alright. I don't like the mortuary, but we're going to slap Stitches in here to heal up. And we're going to have the skeleton just take over for now. He's not really going to do anything. Don't get it twisted. He's just here because...
Rage released.
Because Stitches got a little too wounded. And the skeleton is probably more effective than the Zambi, because at least he can do this. And this. Which is okay. I suppose. Here, you want some armor, Bone Daddy? The Black Knight actually scales off of... Oh, let's just attack. He can make this scale off of his armor as well. So we're not going to be doing quite as much with the stance. We'll just rip the normal attacks. I mean, I guess at this rate I could use his regular attacks. A Bone Daddy will be okay. We're all gonna be okay. Unlucky. I wish that was Betrayal. Now we could go for a stun. Oh, it doesn't stun yet. What good are you? Random skeleton. This guy's probably gonna die. Probably? Nope. Rude. Without Stitches here, I can't kill him. Through his ward or his block. The skeleton can do this though. And be useful for once in his miserable life.
Good, good. More materials. I didn't think it would be this easy.
Yeah. There you go. When he's 6 health, we might be able to kill him with stab. Although I would move, which would suck. This kills, but I don't heal. I don't like it. Weakness. Okay. The thing about the Reaper that's so strong is he can be in every single position. It's actually kind of crunk. This trap is so annoying. Here.
Strength through pain.
There we go. We actually had a rare campaign where I could break the traps during the birthday stream. That was fun. So one of the reasons
this never gets old.
I don't like the mortuary is because you lose out on a bunch of experience from them, of course, not being in combat. And I feel like everyone needs to be in every combat all the time. Now, is that true? Maybe. Maybe not. But I feel that way. Wow, you're not running? I'm almost proud of you. Almost.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
Nice. So we do have the ballistic aggression now, finally. Good job, skeleton. Welcome back, Stitches. Here we are. Or advanced ballistics, excuse me. All minions will now permanently gain health accuracy.
I need nothing but my anger to purge this world.
So I think we're going to go back into alchemy for a little bit. We probably should grab Arcana Onto to do the... I think that's our next point. So I mentioned this briefly and then decided not to do it. But Essence of Mind is very strong with the Reaper. I'm not sure who else I would use it on. Maybe we just give it to Pestilence for now. The Essence of Mind makes it so that the minions' attacks restore mana to Iratus based on the damage dealt. So we can use this to fund a whole bunch of spells. And there's a super late game combo with it as well. 135 accuracy should be more than enough. Level 6 is our next talent, I believe. Ah! I need another Dark Knight.
Every war needs its generals.
I still haven't pulled up the notepad, but I'm just going off what I remember. Kidovats HD. This is a long-running meme on the channel that I sacrificed my friend and moderator, Kidovats. Well, okay. So this gives the Dark Knight 5 mana and 5 Wrath restored every time the Dark Knight receives damage. In our current position, I wouldn't call this a great item. So, you know, he's in the back line, but we can make it work. So I'd like to go this way if we could. Around town. And then probably cut this way. Okay. I used the gambling chip. I forgot to mention what that was. That's a temporary, a consumable, not a temporary artifact fade. Well, it is temporary, but it's a consumable. That gave the enemies more HP, but they drop more parts at the end. I could interrupt this. Leave it to Stitches. I probably should have stanced first. Whatever. That's why he needs initiative. Here you go, Stitches. Damage! Okay. 1 year for every dead I slice up. Do we? No. We don't care anymore. No one do this. Betrayal. Really? Oop. That was a debuff. Unlucky. Are we really not getting any inspiration? No inspirations. Wow. See, he didn't take damage there because he armor checked him. That's so funny. Maybe this will trigger heart attack? No. I could give him the suck, but I want to heal the whole team. You can see how difficult it was now to trigger heart attacks. Death They're all at 0. Delivered. And they're somehow surviving. Maybe? Wow. See?
Being born was your first mistake. Opposing me? Your last.
So the Sadist's Hand is fun. Because sadism is fun. But because this increases damage dealt. All damage. The Death is a pretty good target for it. We could also give it to the Reaper, but he has double items right now, so not overly relevant. I think we'll go for Relic Seeker. I'm so glad I didn't click that. I thought about it. Because we're going to want that as well, eventually. Soon TM. Digger Souls! Huzzah! Now, another use, there's a bit of a cheese strat if you are so inclined for such things. I didn't get inspiration. If you are so inclined for such things. And that is to use your Digger Souls to upgrade the quality of the parts of your creations, which will make it so they get more points. And typically, that's something you do later. Because you want to be using your Digger Souls early on to build up the graveyard so that you have this consistent flow of resources. It's the Banshee.
Useful if you can put up with their constant whining.
Well, Morgana Le Fay has died so many times. She's pretty good for this build as well. Because she has this, which reduces enemy attack, which is very helpful. But it's an AoE debuff that, Death can play off of. Could be useful in the position of Stitches. Her Wrath ability can also stun people, but the thing is, she is not tanky. She is, if anything,
used with soul.
Her Wrath ability comes from evasion, so it's pretty difficult to get her to be safe and secure in our society. Okay, we have some... Okay. This will be fine. Fine. Totally fine. Alrighty. So there's that. First off, there's that. Secondly, there's this. And thirdly... I need to be in this. Alright, so the Bad Wizard is kind of like an immediate threat. This thing is a distant threat. Because I believe the miners will continuously reposition to keep him away from the front line. This little sod we'll call him. If he makes it to the front line, every turn he moves towards the front, and if he makes it to the front, he will enter a stance and then blow up on us. Can't kill quite yet. Not yet. Soon, precious. soon. The enemies on the chosen position and the next position in line switch to random positions. This could be risky. Oh, yeah. That was very risky. Good job, babe. Light him up! Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, it was just in time.
Ashes to ashes.
Dust to dust. Alright. Next. Panic. Skip your turn. Oh well. Dean. I don't want to alarm you. But Stitches is dying.
Strength through pain.
I'm pretty sure they can't hit the third position with that attack. Yep. Sounds right. Now, the Dark Knight can heal himself with his Wrath ability. Betrayal. Do it. Do it. Betray our friend. Nice. Can we do that? Yes? No. Yes? Yes. The downside to the Dark Knight's thing, though, is that it's a static value. So he can never really, like, scale up his healing, which is why he never makes, in my opinion, a great... Are you not gonna die? Wow. A great frontliner. He just has his bucket of health to work with. Okay. That guy should die, not flee. It's me.
Maybe I'll craft
Oh,
this one.
he did flee, Craven Dog. So when an enemy flees...
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilization.
When an enemy flees, you get the experience for it, but you don't get parts from it because they didn't die. So that makes me big sad. As does Stitches' tendency to just not die, you know? We do have enough Digger Souls to build the Libarby, and we shall. This will increase the amount of experience Iratus gains after combat.
How unfortunate that I need to rely on mortal knowledge to recover my powers. It's akin to trying to quell hunger with breadcrumbs.
So there is a strategy. This leans into what I mentioned earlier by using your Digger Souls to upgrade parts. To rush the obelisk to get all those Digger Souls. So we could do that. I kind of like to split it between the obelisk and the library because then Iratus gets more experience and then we can go down the talent tree faster. Because there are plenty of things we want to see.
With knowledge and will comes victory.
I don't actually think I needed Arcana onto Deluvia. I do need to spell. Low-key best ability in the game.
The formulae reveal.
We'll go Amateur Surgeon, because if we can find better parts, I can replace the current ones. We need, from the grave, Mummy, Shade, Lich, Unfrozen Vampire. If I don't find any of that, we'll just take anything Wrath-related. Okay, Wrath-related. Wow. Super unlucky. Oh, no! Okay. We have a shot. Oh, dear heavens. I should have brought in the ghoul for this, honestly. Welcome to the other problem with stress builds. Constructs. The Stone Golem is the first of the many constructs that we will face in our campaign. They are immune to stress attacks and ignition. This particular one has a chance to redirect any attack or debuff to the Golem from an ally located behind it. So our entire build is dead. D-E-D, dead. There is no mercy. The saving grace fighting these things is that they have super duper 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 low accuracy, and we just reduce it even further. So even though we have no evasion on our front line, ideally, they never hit. They both connected. Huh.
Rage released.
So in this particular situation, you may be asking, what on earth are we supposed to do? And honestly, that's a great question. What are we supposed to do? Why are we here? Just to suffer? Well. Uh-oh. These things also have a lot of armor, but they have no magic. So we can make use of this. Our tools right now are not great, but we will, in time, have the answers to, hopefully, not dying instantaneously. Hopefully. It's me. This is where Dispel would come in handy. Does this remove buffs? It does. Okay. No, I got rid. Oh, she talking about shrooms. I don't really want to move if we can help it. We are vulnerable. Unbelievable. Okay. But this is our execution.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as it died.
And I do now realize a slight problem. The Reaper was supposed to remove the accuracy buff that they gave themselves. 4. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a disaster. Also didn't use any magic, which I should have, to move the Bone Daddy out of front place. Oh, by the grace of the Dark Gods, we did it. Well, we're not dead anyway. I also don't have any magic that helps with this. That's another thing we could use.
Rage released.
If I had recognized this, I could have gotten a magic attack spell in the talent tree. This should deal a lot of damage. Unbelievable. Bone Daddy! Wow. Holy shit.
Strength through pain.
Bone Daddy is graced by the Dark Gods themselves.
Good, good. More materials. I didn't think it would be this easy.
Don't really want Stitches to move up if we can help it. Death can tank it, and Pestilence has a block. Maybe we'll just wait. You're also going to wait. I'm a genius. Sometimes my genius, it's frightening. Dispel! Move up. Maybe I should have debuffed, but I need to get the Bone Daddy out of position here. He is in danger. Delay. Miss me. I don't want him to be up front. So do that. Go back. Go back. This slap won't do anything. This might, though. Delay. Delay. It did not because he got it. Understood.
Strength through pain.
This is crazy. All right. We did it!
As your
Holy
suffering
shiitake
ends,
mushrooms.
your service begins.
So yeah, triple construct is literally worst case scenario for this build. And I didn't even... Good thing we're not trying to do a challenge here. Wait, where are the brains? Oh, we have no brains. Got it.
It's no gold, but it'll do.
Will it? No, not that. So this is distillation. There's a talent right here, which I debated getting earlier. I said I should have. It makes that more efficient. I like using this form of healing. I mean, armor's pretty good. I prefer using that form of healing because it lets the character stay in the fight, you know? Some Dread. We might be able to get some attack as well. Because that will affect... Dread won't affect the ults, which is what we're really relying on. Wow, okay, that sucked. I hated that. Let's just move on. Okay, so there are two things we need from the cultists. Thing one... We need both of these. If you come to the cultist with the item in your inventory, like we have the Heart of Darkness on the Dark Knight, but we also have the Hourglass in the inventory, and that's what triggers this, the consumable. I think I have to go for... I'm going to go for Stack of Bones. I think Pound of Flesh was better. Whoops. Because of how vulnerable Stitches has been this entire bloody campaign. But Stack of Bones will make it so Bone Daddy can tank indefinitely. Well, level 6 isn't definitely, but... Okay, we're good against all this crap. We should be fine. I will actually do this correctly, though. Wow, he had no initiative. That needs to be our next level up. I guess I'm afraid of this the most. The spear's annoying, but he's not bad. Betrayal. That's cute. Hopeless. Also cute. Get up here, bud. He has all remaining strength. It actually kind of sucks. Alright, we'll protect Stitches. Good. Yeah. At least this guy didn't roll all remaining strength. That would be a problem.
Oh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
We're good. I wish I had all remaining strength. Or some way to refresh the turn. Now that would be spicy. Poor Bone Daddy. Oh. See, that one was killed by the debuff, so we got healed. Whatever, it's fine. I really enjoy when they attack the Dark Knight and it does no damage and I heal. That's nice. So his class item would let him start with this, which is, again, like his only form of survivability. So it is quite good. Could have slapped him, I suppose. He has no armor. That slap is kind of not my only strategy, but one of the strategies I have. There's our first inspiration. We're an hour in. We get our first inspiration. So this restored his sanity, and it is bravery. Increases maximum sanity by 50. Fuck you. Decreases all received stress damage for self and all allies by 10% until the end of battle. Yeah. Not good. No bueno. So now we have two different approaches to this. We could pivot. We could try and bonk him the old-fashioned way. Or we can slam our face against him and try and kill him through stress. But there's also just, you know, this. More damage, more oomph.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
So this build actually has a lot of health damage built into it. The only problem is right now I don't have a way to remove armor. That's why those constructs were so difficult to kill. And there is a way that Stitches can, but we need to find a specific item for that. Otherwise, like if you replace Stitches with the Black Widow, you get two powerful things. Three, actually. One is you have the ability to reduce armor and resistance, which really helps out with these dread builds against constructs. Two, she can do some curse damage, but her curse also does percentage-based damage, so this will be ticking away every turn after she hits somebody. And she can remove block and ward. Like, the Black Widow is just an exceptional sub-tank. Like Stitches, she doesn't want to be up front, but I don't think there's a single character that beats her in the second position. I think she just has it all. But I'm not using her because I use her in every single build. Initiative. I remembered. So we could upgrade with our Digger Souls. I think I might actually do that. Of course, I want to say for 75, but this is an elite battle, isn't it? What is it? This is going to hurt a lot. Will we be okay? Maybe? All right.
The formulae reveal
this will do. I'll make a compromise. We don't need two of those.
Behold
there.
My work.
Let's run it down. So we actually saw a build like this earlier, but it was, first of all, not all elite, and second of all, no, that was it. They did pretty well, honestly, against it, I think. Whoopsies. Misplay. Ideally, soon, we'll just have so much initiative that the Dark Knight always goes first, and I never have to think about this again. That'd be nice. Can't stun me. Wrong character. Can't crit me. The skeleton can't be stunned. And there is an item that makes it so anyone who wears it cannot be stunned, which would be helpful. So even though this guy is annoying, I'm afraid of this more. Shall I repeat history? Nice, I put him in the back. Betrayal. Goodbye. He lived. Master Yoda, you survived. Oh well. What's this? Weakness, okay. Why did that only hit one unit? Take off? Thank you.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
How we doing? Perfect. It feels like a waste to execute them with this. And yet... weakness. Boop. That makes it so it takes more damage, so we can just stare into his face. He's just standing there, menacingly.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Nice. We didn't get any heals out of it, but nice. Not everything is about heals, you know? Most things are, but not everything. The minus
extinction of life.
The minus attack could be helpful too. On
as worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
But I like the dread damage, you know? Mechanical aim for the zombie. We happen to have 2 of those, but we're not using them. Pestilence. We're going to be upgrading Agony into the Agony of Terror. This just makes it so the Curse variant is more effective, so it does more dread damage. I might hold... Oh, man. The thing about the Reaper is that he can upgrade everything. He's one of the few, if not the only character in the game that can. But, they're so expensive. Even like a level-capped Reaper doesn't have everything upgraded. I think we're sacrificing Kid Vets again. I'm just reaching into my memories here.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but the dead care not for morale.
Kid Vets on DVD. I'm going to have to open the notepad for the next episode. Alright. Show me what you've got. Ooh. Remember when I said the skeleton's immune to debuffs? He's also immune to buffs, unless you give him the enchanted bone. Can be okay.
It embellishes my undead features.
As I mentioned, the skeleton and I are fighting, so... I might get this. What do I need? The stats are usually a good idea. Might be a good idea to get Relic Seeker to see if I can gear Iratus. Last time I got a silly artifact, but I got it in a time that it could only be used. Every time I see that item, I go on a rant. Soon, death. You will never be out initiatived again. One day. Do I go for it? Sure. Nice. Oh, you know who our target is. Yeet. Stare into the abyss. So we've gotten 1 inspiration so far. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. But I can't. I shouldn't.
Rage
I mustn't.
Released.
Go, Stitches!
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
Well done. Stitches want to play. So that's kind of like the, I wouldn't say the ultimatum of this build, but a very powerful aspect. No! Mighty! So he deals more damage and receives less. Oh, that's fine. Got real scared there for a second. You worried me, son. Here you go. The kind of the ultimate builds of... The ultimate idea of this builds is, besides, you know, using the Dark Knight for just great things, Stitches can actually just straight up assassinate people from half sanity. Owie. This could complicate matters.
Rage released. One more for the stockpiles.
Could. We'll see. Definitely should have been in my stance before I did that, but it's more important, I think, to just nerf them before they do something scary. Miss me. It's just 25% less damage, and it feels like I'm hitting a wall. Good block. We'll run it back. Damage. We should be able to assassinate next turn. You tried. I'd love to get a... love to get a double kill. Can I? Rude. First. We might be able to. Yeah, just rub your tummy. Just rub your tummy. No, don't flee. Is he fleeing next turn? Yes, okay, great. Fantastic. Good. Good. That's good. Wait a minute.
Rage release.
Okay, so you can't stack that. Nice. Didn't matter. We didn't have damage.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
The Lancet, that's okay. That's alright. That's fine.
Fetching.
Spell power's okay. Is there something that could help us with the... I guess we could grab these. So, you know what? Let's go for the best spell in the game.
My magic will shake the very foundations of this world.
I think the sooner we have Dispel, the better off we're all just going to be. We're going to get the increased healing on the Bone Daddy's heal. And just more health. The more health he has, the more he can afford to lose to stack up stack of bones more, so he becomes tankier. So, that's it then. And we will upgrade the Battle Thumping into Funeral March. This will make it so all enemies, when I press this button, lose 3 initiative, 9 evasion, and 12 accuracy. You could also upgrade it to make your friends get more buffs, but I'd rather
serve me well,
nerf the enemy.
Minion.
Dread. Initiative. Good. And we'll upgrade the Hollow Stair to the Stair into the Void. I don't remember if we did the math for this, but this has 2 different upgrade paths. One where it just deals more damage flat, 150% of dread instead of 100%. And then there's one where it scales the scaling for each buff or debuff. We're going from 5 to 6 to 8 to 9. I'm not sure if this is a percentage as well, or what, but so. And much like how we're going to make Stitches kill people from half their sanity, Death will be doing bombastic loads of damage one day. Alrighty, item. What are we looking for? If we could get the acid thing, that'd be fun. Another one. I wouldn't mind another Essence of Mind. I hate this item. I hate this one. And the Bull Skull is good for the Bone Daddy. I think we'll just take a second Essence of Mind. I've had runs where I've gotten none. So, if it's offered to me, I might as well take it. We can go ahead and make items here. If we want to. I wouldn't say they're all fantastic. But they're here. Like maybe we'll make a Steel Spike for the one guy.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
Okay. I really wish that this system would allow you to make better variations if you used higher quality materials. I think that's not too strong. Okay, we have... Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Okay, got it. Yep, got it. Great. Oh, I could have upgraded the obelisk. All right. Everyone say hello to our first couple of wards. The Executioner and the Doomsayer. Now, despite how I reacted, I don't care about these things. These mean nothing to me.
Rage released.
The other 2 things, however, terrify me. I missed. So, wards are going to be the big problem here. With our current builds, we don't have a way to strip wards. We can only slowly, gently get rid of them. What am I doing? We need to try and get rid of... Ooh. Our damage is scaling. We need to try and get rid of one of these as fast as possible so I can interrupt the Doomsayer stance. How do I do that? Son of a... Okay. That's... Pulse on initiative, so he acts quickly. Before starting their turn, restores 10% of max energy to self and all allies. That could be a problem. Speaking of a problem, the Bone Daddy has been marked, so every attack against him is a crit. Thankfully, there are no attacks coming against him. Okay. We have a problem. You have a muck? Good. Kill. So, we're gonna have to tank this.
Source of fresh corpses.
Which may not be good for the Bone Daddy. We could redirect attacks. Okay. You're also inspired, same thing. Good. The Bone Daddy lives. The Bone Daddy thrives.
Become part of the breathless tide.
Okay. So. I'm thinking. I could go into my stance here. I might just delay. Because what we need, here's what we need to do. This needs to be killed as fast as possible. Uh-oh. Okay. Delay. This needs to be eradicated, and then we can focus on the Doomsayer. We're kind of close. Kind of not. The downside I mentioned earlier is coming into play. Good. Hopeless! Don't do it. Okay, that's fine. This should be a kill.
Toss them in with the rest.
The problem... The Unfrozen, who's one of my favorite ancillary characters, he can interrupt stances in all 4 positions. The Reaper, for all of his incredible might, has one singular flaw, which is that he cannot. Do we just physical this guy down? We might just physical this guy down. I'm done. Because you are very good at removing block. You are exceptional at it, in fact. Mark me all you like, scrub. Oh, I did just realize I don't have, what's the button called? I do have it. No, I don't have it. It's called Initiative. And it is not in my possession. No. How about no?
Strength through pain.
Up, 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 up. We're getting there. Oh. No running. No running in the halls. Nailed it. Never punished.
A sad display for mortal kind.
Never punished. This spell, the whip.
Spells, hexes, curses, all are at my command.
The whip makes your character move 2 spaces forward. So we could actually reposition a lot better if I had it. And it's only 1 point, so maybe I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. It is what it is. Okay, build the obelisk. We need the mummy or the shade? We'll go with the mummy. Amenhotep.
They will carry the curse of my tomb to the world.
The mummy also worked in this build. There's just my only, I don't know if complaint. They kind of want to be in either position 2 or 3, where Stitches wants to be and Death wants to be for their laser beam. And much like Stitches, they kind of need their item to survive. But they're also really good at dealing with... Actually, they want to be in 3, don't they? Yeah, they want to be in 3. Because you want to be able to use your wraps against constructs. You want to 2 for this. They want to be fighting for positions. So that's kind of one of the hardest things about this game.
Built on a foundation of bone.
Which is just, you have to know what position is going where. Who's going into what position. Alright. Well, it's time to fight a construct. I can't believe I don't have all the alchemy traits. I love the alchemy traits. I've just been kind of skipping them. So our friend's back. And we have pretty much most, if not all, of the complications we had last time fighting this guy. However, unlucky. We do have one benefit going for us. Two, in fact. There's only one, first of all. And second of all, the Mad Wizard's kind of on our side here. Because this thing is... Wow, I cannot believe that connected. Quite vulnerable to magic. I might just delay here. Lol. Now the wizard's not... The wizard's being safe. Kept safe. I told you to take the wizard's staff!
One less annoyance in the world.
We could full heal. Wow. Where's Whip when you need it?
Rage released.
Yoink. Oh wow, that went through. I figured I would just guess. Just run it down. Oh, I didn't expect him to do that, honestly. Missed me. I'm just rolling the die now. Panic. Skip your turn. It's literally just 50-50. Do I hit the enemy? No. If this gets redirected, I will be slightly upset. Oh. Panic. It's fine. You know why it's fine? Breath. No! You lived at 3! Oh my goodness, it's not fine. Nothing is fine. Nothing has ever been fine. Fine.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like? Yeah, pathetic.
We'll get there. One day, I might even get the item that lets me actually kill these things.
A sad display for mortal kind.
That wasn't that bad. We worked it out. We dealt with it. Alright, where are we going now? We can see the Mistress. There are so many artifacts to the right. It's usually not, in my humble opinion, a great idea to grab these coffins this early. We could hit 2 artifacts if we go... Well, actually, we could hit all 3. Which might not be the worst idea I've ever had. I've had some bad ones. I might be so starved for artifacts that I grab the Dead Lake. I'm rushing to spell, but then we're gonna have to come back for this stuff. Do I do it? Probably not. I feel like the library is more important. Alright, let's go left. Let's stay to the game plan. This will also help us build up the graveyard. That was... Oh. Not quite perfect. Do I just hold? Surely that's not correct. Maybe.
Ooh, a vessel of indiscriminate magical carnage.
The Lich is also really strong in stress builds because he can buff people and move them around. The blue thing means that he moves somebody else. So the yellow arrow means that he moves himself. But he also has the Corrosive Cloud, which is, as far as I'm aware, the only way to remove the armor and resistance off units that are immunity buffs. There are only 2 of those units in the game. They plague me every playthrough, and they're going to plague me in this one. But the Lich is a solution, if we wanted to.
Unholy masonry.
If we wanted to, it is a solution. something of a solution. Now the real question is, does Death get his final level of initiative, or do we, well, whatever we're doing, we're waiting. I think we do. Because at the start of, okay. Alrighty then. Huh. I did not fully embrace what this was. Do I dare use Splintering March? Probably not. Actually, the Dark Knight has a lot of resistance. 50-50. Whiffed. Maybe? I just explained how that works, and I thought I would try it anyway. Okay. Who wants to not get zapped? You don't want to get zapped. I actually blocked it with a ward. Nine. Let's work. Perfect. Equal to Lulu. So I moved up the initiative of my team using haste, which I guess it was a good thing ultimately I unlocked it, which let me kill that thing.
More materials.
I didn't think it would be this easy. So this is the next complication. Oh, not that complicated, I guess. Fuck. Okay. Next problem. This. I still don't have a great solution to this. Hit me. With your best shot, ba-da-ba-dum. So this guy is going to be redirecting. 50-50 chance to redirect from things we send at the Doomsayer. And we have to interrupt the Doomsayer. Or we die. Great. You know, I really needed to pick up that spell I was thinking about. Yoink. He does gonna heal the team. Oh my gosh. See, Dispel would have gotten rid of that. Low-key best ability of the game. By low-key, I apparently just mean high-key. Alright. Time for a muck spam. We're gonna spam a muck. Everyone's gonna get attack buffs. And then we're gonna kill this thing, and life will be swell. You hear me? Swell! Perfect. That actually worked out really well. We'll get there. Don't worry. I like how that goes through ward. I forgot about that. He's almost dead. We're almost there. Here, you want to be a muck?
Rage released.
You can do it. I believe in you. Stone Daddy!
This never gets old.
All right. No. Stop it. Get help. This has been a interesting combination so far. I felt like I was missing something.
Strength through pain.
And I think I have discovered what we were missing. That's okay. You know, we'll get there. I have solutions. We just have to find them. He's gonna run away. There's nothing I can do about that. The only thing I could have done here was eat him. Which, of course, did not happen. Flee, you craven dog. Alright. Well. So one thing we can do to help with wards, if we aren't going to get an actual like ward remover, we can get Sorrow and Slake with Darkness to help peel them away, but I think I'm so close to this I might as well just run it down. You know? Imagine how much distillation I have to do if I didn't have the Reaper. Because I'm doing this much with the Reaper.
Skeleton will clean up
All
this
right.
mess later.
Let's do it. It seems you have stumbled across a guarded stash. A pack of humans is patrolling what looks to be a makeshift shed built into a cave. Thus far, they have not noticed you, which means it is entirely up to you if you wish to engage. Then again, what possible valuables could they have that interest you? The best they can likely offer is their cold, dead bodies. Still, you are curious. So if we had a Banshee, we could scare them off and do something. We're not going to retreat. We're going to attack them. Blood for the Mud God. They're fast. Every combat... I feel like I started to explain this and then just forgot. Every combat... Every turn, rather, the character will roll... Or all the characters roll between 0 and 2 for bonus to their initiatives. And so sometimes that's why the turn order doesn't make sense. Unlucky. Sometimes. Oh. Betrayal.
Death delivered.
So you might be wondering, how does this build become efficient? Well, I promise you it is. We need a few talents. And I would like a few items, honestly. No! What did you get? Oh. Concentration. Craven dog. You're not even that close to death.
Rage released.
Unless... I love Stitches. Rude. So rude.
Mine is the winning side.
With the guards dead, you order your minions to open the shed and inspect what is inside. To your surprise, you find barrels of chemicals. Some look to be used for injecting into the slaves, others are very obviously explosives. Interesting. You want to research both substances, but realize you have time only for one. So you can study the explosives to increase our minions' attack. I believe this is a permanent upgrade. I have actually found the permanent upgrade event. Or we get more health. So attack is not overly helpful, like in the grand scheme of things. I don't know how much health this is, though. I think we will take attack. +2 attack permanently. Nice. This will help us deal with constructs and whatnot. I don't particularly want to hit a fountain, but this is more events on the way up. And we have a sacrificial altar. Great. I'm going to take this. Don't judge me. Well, you probably already judged me, but trust me.
A power from ancient times.
I'm going to make use of this. Alright, so the reason why I wanted this, the Cursed Doll is just damage. As we buff our friends, we get more spell power, which will increase the damage of the Cursed Doll. The more magical damage it does, of course, the greater the vulnerability to the big ol' scary thing. Which, by the way, if he hits me while I'm guaranteed crit, I die. Nice. We can also use this as a cheap way to pop a ward.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Or something like this. Hello. No more ward. I wouldn't call it the most... I did this backwards. The most efficient way to remove wards, but it's a way to remove wards. And you know what? That's good enough for me. You know, if this guy keeps fighting the Doomsayer for 4th position, I'm kind of happy. Don't like that. Well, I did no damage to him. Look at that! Behold its majesty! I'm not in a stance or anything, but this should make it so this kills. Pretty much. Okay. Ooh. This isn't pull yet. I don't know what I'm doing. It'll do. Do we redirect? Again? You can't keep getting away with this. Panic! Okay, in the final position, he can't attack, so that's nice. And he just died. It's also nice.
First mistake. Opposing me? Your last.
Don't die. Wow, okay. No! This is a literal 50-50. Or we just tank it. Just tank it. There, the doll helped. And he killed his friend. What's not to love about this strat? Unfortunately, I'm not in position to... Well, I can stare at him. Okay. The end is coming. Okay. That's fine. I really wish I was not trapped with the person who could remove this block in one turn. But that's okay. Don't run. Huh. That's like 50 damage. Nice. Imagine if I had just a little more wrath generation. I could have eaten him again.
A predictable.
That's kind of like the goal, you know, just to eat people nonstop. Every turn, we're eating. Every day, I'm shuffling, but eating. More health. You hold. The next Iratus.
To him, the world is as hollow as his armor.
The second. I don't think that's on the list, but I just made it up. Also, it's like Iratus the 5th, but it's fine. I think Iratus Jr. is on the list. Really? Ah, so that's the unique ghoul item. I'm kind of shocked to see it there, I'm not going to lie. We could construct the two things here. We don't need the statue. We actually got a lot of mana regen. I would like the abode. But I think we spend the rest of this floor for the obelisk, I think. Okay. Sure. Seems fine.
Dance. Move those mortal legs.
I don't remember the last time I've heard that voice line. You hear something new every day. Okay, water is gone. Isn't efficiently gone? No. Is it gone? Yes. What's this? Cowardice. You speak of justice, of cowardice, but I will show you the true meaning. What's the next thing? Of fear and the justice of the grave. Dust to dust. I had two different genres going on in my head there, or characters going on. That was such an iconic quote. It's so funny how the most iconic... I think this guy's just out of here. Weakness. I don't think this kills.
Dance.
Oh, no, it does.
Move those mortal
Nice.
legs.
The most iconic cinematic, in my opinion, for WoW is their first one. Well, in-game cinematic anyway. The Wrathgate. I love it so much. I can actually quote the whole thing, but I'll spare you. And because these are being recorded, I'm like scheduling them for each day, so I have to record them ahead of time, which normally I don't do. That's not how I vibe usually. I like to record them and then let you guys, see the video so you can get feedback or respond to something or insert something you want to see. But because this is like an everyday series up until Christmas,
This one into
I kind of have to do it that way.
Soon this world will be mine.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you leave a whole bunch of comments telling me to quote the entire Wrathgate, I won't see it until a couple episodes in. Because I'll do it. Tell me I won't. Okay, we got a fountain. Fortunately, we have had exceptional mana control, and we haven't been taking a whole lot of chip damage, so that's nice for once. Dreads. That does increase this slowly. It's only 15% of his thing. I should probably get some health. 75 is not a lot of health. Best spell in the game. Soon. Okay. We have only fought one of these. Oh, really? Okay. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, the giants. The ogre, excusez-moi. Aw, you rolled... Gross. Fine, delay. The ogre is the DLC monster for this floor. And he is a monster. He takes up 2 pips. He doesn't have to go twice now. But he takes up 2 pips and he hits pretty hard. Although in this position, I think he just moves forward, doesn't he? He cannot... This is backwards, so that just confuses me. He might be able to hit. I don't know. I always get perplexed. Okay, so he can't hit. I guess this is good news because it will make it so this guy never really comes forward. Stare into the abyss. How much does this do right now?
Dance. Move those mortal legs.
I think we march next turn. I don't know if that was actually good in hindsight, because this guy wants to move up. Well, this guy also wants to move up. This guy should move into the first position. Om-nom? Om-nom-nom-nom-nom-nom-nom-nom.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels
Just as it died. Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. I don't like that, but thank you. Concentration. Okay, that's not that bad. Of all the ones it could have been, concentration's pretty good for me. Stare into the abyss. What'd you get? Panic. Okay. Om-nom? I feel like I should kill it with the Reaper. I'm pretty sure we can't stack Break and Swallow. Science? Om-nom-nom-nom-nom-nom-nom. We can. Nice. It's been a while since I played with Stitches. You'll have to excuse me. Okay. Should we debuff? Just for funsies. I'm down. Stare into the abyss. I don't know what I'm trying to quote here. There's something that's tickling my memories. I'm not sure I'm going to find it. Owie! Rude. I do heal for 30, though, so that's pretty neat. Team, I don't think he's going to die.
Death.
There he goes.
Delivered. Oh, you know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
How unlucky. But we can complete the obelisk with the shade. Maximum growth. Now, the shade, I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't talk about the good old days. Before the DLC, the way to really assassinate people with a stress build was Gloom Claws. Or perhaps more specifically, Void Claws? It was one of these upgrades, I don't remember which one. Anywho, this used to work in that it would deal damage, health damage based on missing sanity. Now, based on missing sanity, it will deal attack damage from the shade. So it is infinitely weaker, but he is still a very strong creature. So there's really no benefit to doing a dual damage type, like attacking both stress and attacking both health bar. There really isn't a benefit to that. But if you did want to, the Reaper and the Shade are your characters to do it with. But for now, we're sacrificing him to the obelisk.
Brick by brick.
Ta-da! Alright, so now every combat will be getting maximum amount of obelisk, or Digger Souls rather, which we can use to build up the rest of the graveyard. We'll probably build the Excavation, the Dead Lake, and the Abode of Wrath, and then we'll finish off the library, and then we'll finish off those things. It is finally time to obtain the Pound of Flesh. There you go, Stitches. So now he will begin... That's all it is, right? He begins combat with the stack of Break and Swallow? Yes. So every turn he'll be healing for 3. We can also pick up the best spell in the game, Dispel.
My magic will shake the very foundations of this world.
This works really well with the Reaper. What doesn't, honestly? I feel like I'm just going to keep saying that until we kick him out. In that, the Hourglass will give us more spell power, which will make it so the cost of Dispel is cheaper and cheaper and cheaper every time we have to use it. And we can also use this to remove wards, although it's kind of an expensive option. Although it's not much more expensive than Slake with Darkness. But, yeah. Now I have to go back to Alchemy. Alright, this will be fine. Get a Mana Crystal. The third character with wards. There are 3 on this floor. I can't remember if I said 2 or 3. But maybe I said 2 or 3 and not just 2 or 3. But the Ataman is a gnarly critter. We actually partially counter the Ataman, because the Ataman's big trick is that it will kill friendly units that are below X amount of HP. But we attack Sanity, so we don't particularly care. We care a little bit. But not particularly. I'm so glad I did that. Oh, fuck. No, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Also, we have Dispel. So if she does put us asleep...
Move those mortal legs.
Which she just tried to do. We can Dispel it. Best spell in the game.
Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
Oh. It's been that long since I've done a stress build. Okay, fair enough. She's gonna get another one, team. Unless he dies right now to the curse. Cool. Alright, well, that's worth noting. Good news, though, she keeps wasting her turn, so that's fun. We'll focus her now. Are you also all remaining strength? Mother trucker. Why? Why must you be this way? I can do it. 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 Nice. I love Stitches. I have a love-hate relationship with Stitches. Work it. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Good job, Stitches. I'll take it from here.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
You've done well. Well, maybe we should go here first. I do want an artifact, although we're at the boss now, aren't we? Okay, we should build the abode then. Hey, Kid Vets, you're coming back again. Wait, isn't the next thing... Alright, we're making two.
Hardly an inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of undead.
Next gen. I remember that one. First of all, we're going to build the Abode of Wrath. This will make it so we will begin the next combat with 10 Wrath.
The whispers within this structure could drive a mortal mad within moments. Even my undead heart begins to stir in its presence.
Yep. So now we have... It's 10, right? I believe it's 10 per critter. Yep. That'll help us with, like, the suck and the reaping and the... whatever else we want to do. Show me what you've got! Ooh. Oh. Now there's something spicy. The Boiling Blood. So, on the one hand, this is really fun. On the other hand, any character you use for what I like to call the YOLO solo build is an experience not being funneled to your primary team, which is kind of bad. This would be so powerful with the Dark Knight if the Dark Knight's Wrath ability scaled. It's so sad that it doesn't. Oh, it's currently 12. 15 is the upgrade. Yeah, if you could just spam this and it scaled with attack or something, he would be an unkillable monstrosity. But alas. Poor Warlock. He will hit really hard with this. Because what is this again? So it's, if he's alone, it's 12 armor, 12 resistance, 42? 14, 28, 42 attack and dread, and 12 evasion, and 18 accuracy. That's pretty spicy. My favorite character to do this with, though, you do need the Vampire Fang for her. My favorite one is Maybe you don't, actually. The fallen Dhampir. Where is she? Where's my girl? Maybe you just get her the orb. And then you go with Exploit Anger, because then whenever she counters, she will heal. Assuming they don't have block, which they probably will. I was doing a YOLO solo Dhampir run once, but unfortunately, she got stunned out by a Geomancer and they killed her. Even with all those defenses. But that's something to think about for next time, because it is time for the very first boss. The Mistress is far from a common slave driver. I didn't equip the book. Ah well. She is, in fact, the spoiled, rebellious daughter of a prominent noble. Always using small folk in her cruel games, she eventually committed a crime so unspeakable that even her father could not shield her. Sentenced to the mines, she was made a taskmaster due to a few bribes, but turned out to be quite excellent at the job. As far as she is concerned, she finally found a role that she enjoys. Only the ascent of a certain necromancer threatens to spoil her fun. So this is the... Hello? This is the alternative boss for the first floor. And she does not escape, no bosses do. When receiving damage, all allies instantly attack the minion that dealt the damage, ignoring all redirection. After dying, all allies act twice and deal 300% more damage. This is a, hey dipshit, kill the ads. That's what this is. So, that's what we're gonna do. One time, I was foolish. We're not even going to do this. Although technically this would work, we're just going to ignore it. Unthinking, I used the Wrath ability of the Blood Phantasm and set everything on fire, and all 3 minions just ran it down at the Blood Phantasm. He did not have a good time. He was not long for this world. Now, unlike the... Unlike the other... This is in the wrong order again. Unlike the... Whatever his name is. What is he called? The Keymaster. There it is. It came to me. Unlike the Keymaster, these are not summoned creatures. These are actual real mobs. So... Yeah, let's keep that in mind as you move on. Betrayal. Ooh, what'll happen if he betrays his mistress? That's a fun thought. Anywho. Slurp.
Rage released.
Slurp.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Hopeless. Nice. The Bone Daddy's getting thicker and thicker. So yeah, ill-advised to bring AoEs here. You want your damage to be controlled and precise. Thankfully, Stitches' passive is not triggering it. That would have been depressing. It's been so long since I fought the Mistress, I kind of forgot what she did. Oh no. We definitely want the headsman to die. All remaining strength. We want him to die now. Slurp. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Alright, well. We could, if you wanted to, if you brought them, you could very easily be hitting her with Iratus spells, if you wanted to. Science. Okay, it didn't trigger. But we're just doing it the slow, steady, boring way. Kill the ads. kill the enemy.
Dance.
Wow.
Move those mortal legs.
I expected a little more, to be honest. For her glory. Shall we see how much this really hurts? It kind of hurts. Remember, he's hopeless, so he's doing half damage, by the way. It kind of hurts, half damage. Lived at 5. Alright.
As worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Now I can hit her all I want. In fact,
Rage release.
I think I already amucked. Slurp. You didn't die? Huh. Does not compute. Huh. Do I really have to kill you the old-fashioned way? I don't like that. There we go. Stare into the abyss.
As your suffering ends, your service begins.
Ooh. Bosses do count for early enemies for the Mutant Claw. And we will fight quite a lot of elites. A glorious first floor, my friends. What should we upgrade here? One of these upgrades, I like this one. Onslaught lets him reposition people, but Terminate does do more damage, which is never the Bone Daddy's goal. The Bone Daddy does not deal damage. He doesn't believe in punishment. Only in taking it. But we do get more HP for this, which of course is incredibly beneficial for the Bone Daddy. So it's really a matter of perspective. I think Mutilate is a safe choice as well. We'll get this for the poll.
Prove yourself worthy of my investment.
And armor, we're going to need that in the next floor. Where we're going, we're going to need it. Stitches wants to play. You need some more health, buddy. So at this point, for Stitches, we can do one of two things. We could increase his own dread damage with Dread Hunger. We could improve his Retaliate, which I don't think we will yet, but I'm probably just going to get the health thing. I think we're going to go for Gut. This will make it so his basic attack has a 15% chance to stun. Now, if I'm being honest, and I do try to be, this probably is never going to happen. But when it does, it will be funny. Death has done well. And has also fulfilled his objective, really. Now, I think what we can do here, I think we're going to take his upgrade to his basic attack to kind of index towards constructs. We can upgrade this to just do more damage based on his attack, but of course we're not upgrading his attack, so this is kind of irrelevant. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade Death Comes for Everyone. This will increase the multiplier of his damage deals based on his armor and resistance.
I expect results.
Which we will eventually be upgrading just for durability's sake. I think for now, though, we'll upgrade Vigor, because 80 health sounds better than 75. And we might as well upgrade Luck. Evasion? 1 evasion. Sure. Pestilence has also done pretty well. It is insane that this is 4 points in 1 upgrade, although we're not there yet. We'll grab some Dread. And for Pestilence, what do we do here? I typically like to upgrade Dissection into Hateful Dissection, so we can generate a lot of Wrath really quick if we need to. Like, if the situation lines up, and I remember correctly, I can do Hateful Dissection at the start of a turn, and I might be able to generate enough Wrath to suck with Stitches. And that would be, I think, ideal. We have 2 points. We have the best spell in the game, so that's nice. Sorrow wouldn't be bad, but I think we want to get these going?
The formulae reveal their secrets.
I kind of want to finish out the alchemy tree next floor if we can, pretty much. I think so. That sounds good to me. And we did find a purple armor, which I think we are going to bestow upon death. We even have a purple. Do we do that? Maybe I'll think about it. And then we can start off next time with some exciting numbers. That sounds fun. But my friends, that was the first floor of Eternal Harvest 1. There were some bumps, but I think so far this stress build has worked out splendidly. And I hope I showcase a little bit of its strengths and overcoming its weaknesses, as it were. Again, I think this build would be better if you replace Stitches with the Black Widow, but you won't get the AoE debuff, and you'll lose one of your executes. But I think for the ability to reduce armor for constructs and the ability to remove block and ward, it probably is kind of worth it. But yeah, there are a lot of ways to play the different build, but I think this has been fun enough and decently effective. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and are as excited as I am for this surprise series. Remember, this series will be going live every single day. I'm thinking noon Central Standard Time. And yeah, feel free to know what you think. Because this is reported ahead of time, I won't be able to read your comments right away, but I will read them, I will respond to them, and I'll incorporate what I can. Thanks for watching. Thank you to patrons and the Cinema Sports channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you'd like to stay up to date with everything happening, feel free to join the description down below, and I will see you tomorrow.